Are you thinking of moving to Southern California? Well, today we're looking at the difference between Redondo Beach, California and Torrance, California. What's up, everybody? Cheyneinman here, a local real estate agent in Southern California, specifically working with the South Bay market and the surrounding towns. So Torrance, Redondo Beach, Hermosa Beach, Manhattan Beach, Lawndale, Palos Verdes. And on this channel, we check out all of the community happenings and outdoor activities within the South Bay. So if that's something that interests you, be sure to click the like button and subscribe. That way you're notified every time I put out a new video. And this week's video, we are checking out the difference between Torrance and Redondo Beach. If you're thinking of moving to the area, you're definitely going to want to check out this video to the end. And if you are thinking of moving here, feel free to call or text or email me anytime about getting started in your move. I'd love to help you get going. And so with that, let's get into it. So if we check out the map here, basically Torrance and Redondo Beach border each other in certain areas, and they also have portions that go more inland, and they also have portions that head more towards the beach. And so for those reasons, they're going to have a lot of similarities, and they're going to have some things that are different about them. And so people that are looking to move to Southern California or the South Bay, maybe looking at those towns. And so today I thought I would go over some of the big differences between Torrance and Redondo Beach. So one thing that Torrance and Redondo Beach both share is their proximity to the beach. You do have some sections of Redondo Beach that are right along the ocean, and then you have some sections of Torrance that get pretty close, but not, as much right along the water. But they're both pretty walkable or bike riding areas to get to the beach. And then they both have sections of their towns that go a little bit more inland, and it might be more of like a car trip down to the beach to get to where you want to be. So looking at Redondo first. Redondo Beach, you have North Redondo and South Redondo, and I've made a video on the difference between North and South Redondo, so if you are interested in Redondo Beach, definitely check that one out because you're going to want to know the pretty big difference in characteristics of living on North Redondo or South Redondo. But basically, South Redondo is going to have a lot more sections of the town that are going to be going along the ocean, and with that, prices are going to be going up. North Redondo, you're a little bit more turned towards the inland and some freeways. And so with that, you're getting some busier streets, and so it's not as walkable down to the beach. And then with Redondo Beach, you also have the Redondo Beach Pier. So the Redondo Beach Pier is, a great spot to hang out and go for a bike ride or walk or spend the day on the beach, check out some of the local restaurants. So Redondo Beach, when it comes to proximity, close to the beach, I would say Redondo Beach kind of wins the battle of proximity to the beach over Torrance. So Torrance has some sections, especially in West Torrance or the Hollywood Riviera sections of Torrance, where you do get pretty close to the ocean, but they also have some sections towards downtown, Old Town Torrance, and more east and north Torrance, so that are a little bit, further from the ocean. So in all, I would say Torrance is a big community, and some of it does get pretty close to the beach, but I wouldn't necessarily call it a specific beach town the way Redondo Beach is. All right, and the next thing we're going to take a look at between the differences of Torrance and Redondo Beach is just the cost of living there. So you're looking at homes in Redondo Beach versus Torrance. You're going to have a big difference in price ranges. And the median home price, for instance, in January of 2022 for Torrance was around $915,000, whereas in Redondo Beach, it was around $1.3 million. And so you might think, oh man, Torrance is much cheaper to live in. But it just kind of depends on what you're really looking for, because Torrance has a much more diverse style of homes that you can look for, where you've got some condos, not to say that Redondo Beach doesn't have that, But you're getting a lot more highs and lows in prices with Redondo Beach, whereas in Torrance, you're getting a much more standard median home price. But then you've got, like I said, some condos, you've got some more expensive homes in the Hollywood Riviera section. You've got West Torrance, you've got North Torrance. So you've got a lot of different styles of single family residences as well as condos. Whereas in Redondo Beach, you've got homes that may go for 5 million, and that's going to skew a home that might have sold that was a condo for 800,000 in Redondo Beach. So just an example, North Redondo and South Redondo prices may be even different between there, and then West Torrance versus North Torrance, the prices may be different. So just looking at a median home price isn't going to necessarily give you a great idea of what is affordable in Redondo Beach versus Torrance. And I think that's where people get a little confused when they first look and say, oh, I can't afford Redondo Beach, but maybe I can afford Torrance. It just really comes down to what is your criteria, what's important in your search. And from there, you can really kind of figure out, okay, I really need a front yard and a backyard. So in that price range, maybe I'm looking more at Torrance. Or, oh, I really want to be close to the beach and I don't care if I have a front yard or backyard. And maybe in that price range, it works for you in Redondo Beach. So it's really just about finding your right price range, what's important in your search. And then, like I said, the towns border each other in certain sections. So it's not something that is a very cut and dry, well, Torrance is going to be less expensive or Redondo is going to be more expensive. Just a matter of what's my important things in my search and what fits in with my budget. All right, so next on the list of differences with Torrance and Redondo Beach is the school system. So Torrance Unified School District with 4 high schools, and Redondo Beach has just Redondo Union High School. Redondo Union is one of the largest campuses in the U.S. So, it's a very big school, and it basically all the kids that go through the elementary and middle school programs are going to be usually fed into that public school. And then as far as Torrance, they have different permit programs. So a lot of times a kid may start in the South High area or the North Torrance area and go towards a Torrance school. And so it's a little bit different with the Torrance schools. People don't always go to the specific section of town where they live in, but they do usually stay within a Torrance school district. And then Redondo, you typically have kids from Redondo that will grow up in the school system and go to Redondo Union High School. So that's kind of the big difference between Torrance and Redondo Beach when it comes to schools is you've got 4 options for the high school at Torrance Unified. I mean, people typically will stay within their area of town, but you can get a permit, like I mentioned. And then with Redondo Beach, the kids are going up through elementary school and middle school and going to Redondo Union. All right, and the next thing is the options for shopping. So in this aspect, I would say Redondo Beach and Torrance are very, very similar, because Redondo Beach has the Galleria Mall and Torrance has the Del Amo Mall. And they're very similar malls. I'm not a big shopper to be able to tell you which one's better or worse, but they both have great options. I use both malls pretty intermittent, so it's not like I always go to the Del Amo Mall because I live in Torrance versus, oh, I never go to the Galleria because I don't live in Redondo Beach. They're both very close to each other and they both have great shops. So if you're looking for something specific, they're not a far drive away to where you couldn't check out one and then go check out the other. So as far as shopping goes, they're both great options. Redondo Beach also has the little shops on the Redondo Beach Pier. They're more of kind of vacation spots to check out and get little touristy stuff. If you're looking for something to send to a family or a friend, saying that you went to the Redondo Beach Pier, they've got a lot of little shops in there that can give you something to send as a gift. So that's more of kind of a souvenir shop looking at the Redondo Pier, but there is some shopping throughout there as well. And then, so I would say as far as shopping goes with Redondo Beach and Torrance, they're pretty equal. All right, and the last thing I thought I would talk about with Redondo Beach versus Torrance is just the square footage and lot square footage and home styles and what you're looking for. And I think that and price range is what really kind of determines for people which city they want to live in. So if you're looking for that more of that small town feel of front yard, backyard, and close to shopping and close to freeways and close to the beach, Torrance is a great option. Redondo Beach, as I mentioned in my video of North versus South Redondo, the lots in North Redondo sometimes are two on a lot, so you're very close next to a neighbor, so you're maybe not getting as big of a front yard or a backyard. And then in South Redondo, you're getting some options for some bigger yards and lot sizes, but with that, you might be paying a little bit more because you're getting closer to the beach. So as you kind of narrow down your search, I think the lot square footage and price range and just floor plan and how close you are to the beach really kind of determines what you're going to like better, whether it's North Redondo, South Redondo, Torrance, any of the sections of Torrance. They're all going to be very different. But like I said, I've done some other videos on all of those locations, so be sure to check those out. And I hope this video was informative. And my name is Cheyneinman from Remax Estate Properties. If you are looking to buy or sell a home, feel free to call or text or email me anytime.